1 Kings, a story of power, failure, and fire. Israel was at the top of the world. King Solomon had wisdom, wealth, and peace. People traveled from other nations just to hear him speak. The temple of God stood in glory. But success slowly changed his heart. He married many foreign women. He accepted their gods. Altars were built to idols. And what began as tolerance became rebellion. After Solomon died, the nation split in two. Judah in the south, Israel in the north. And that's where the real crisis began. A kingdom without direction. The northern kingdom didn't just lose political stability. It lost spiritual identity. King after king chose power over truth, comfort over obedience, popularity over God. Jeroboam built golden calves and said, "Here are your gods, Israel." It sounded familiar, a religion that looked spiritual but wasn't. The people mixed God with idols, not rejecting God, just redefining him. Just like today, people say they believe in God, but shape him to fit their lifestyle. The rise of a dark queen. Then came Ahab, one of the weakest kings Israel ever had, and beside him stood Jezebel. She imported the worship of Baal, a god of power, pleasure, and control. She killed God's prophets. She replaced truth with propaganda. She ruled through fear. Baal promised rain. Baal promised prosperity. Baal promised control over nature. In modern terms, Baal was the god of results without obedience. Blessing without surrender. Power without holiness. Leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and don't miss any biblical story. When God sent a man into this corrupt system, God sent one man, Elijah. No army, no title, no platform, just a word from God. Elijah stood before King Ahab and declared, "There will be no rain until I say so." And the sky closed. 3 years of drought. No crops, no water, no Baal. God was exposing the lie. Fire on Mount Carmel. Then came the showdown. Elijah versus 450 prophets of Baal. One altar, one sacrifice, one true God. Elijah said, "The God who answers by fire, he is God." The prophets of Baal screamed, cut themselves, danced, cried all day. Nothing happened. Then Elijah prayed a simple prayer. Fire fell from heaven. The altar burned. The people fell on their faces. The Lord, he is God. It wasn't entertainment. It was revelation. God proved power without truth is empty. Noise without obedience is useless. A prophet who ran, but even after fire fell. Elijah ran. Jezebel threatened him. And the man who faced kings collapsed under fear. He hid in a cave, depressed, exhausted, confused. And God asked, "What are you doing here, Elijah?" Not with thunder, not with fire, but with a whisper. Because even strong people break, and God still speaks to them. The next generation. Then God chose a successor, Elisha, a farmer, not a prophet, not a priest, not a warrior. Elijah threw his cloak over him, and Elisha had a choice: stay with the oxen or follow the call. He burned his plow, killed the oxen, and walked into destiny. Why this story still matters. 1 Kings is not ancient history. It is modern diagnosis. It shows what happens when faith is replaced by comfort, truth is replaced by popularity, God is mixed with idols, leaders fear people more than God. It also shows God still raises voices. God still confronts lies. God still calls ordinary people. Men today face pressure to compromise, pressure to stay silent, pressure to bow to modern Baal's women today face pressure to redefine truth, pressure to worship control, pressure to trade faith for acceptance. And God still says, I am looking for someone who will stand. The message of 1 Kings. A nation can look successful and still be spiritually empty. A leader can look powerful and still be weak inside. And one obedient person can still change history. God does not need crowds. He needs loyalty. God does not need perfection. He needs surrender. And when he finds it, fire still falls.